Now, tomorrow, you're gonna pick up a camera, you're gonna take a picture. Why?
I have to take pictures.
J. Grant Brittain, 2020. 20 questions, each answer under 20 seconds. What drew you to photography?
I thought I wanted to be an artist. The photo thing was just like, right away, I just got stoked on it. Art mixed with science and alchemy, and I mean, I loved all that, being in the dark, and I realized that this is kind of something I want to do forever, you know? I could see doing that till I'm an old man.
What was your childhood like?
My parents let all four of us kids do whatever we wanted to. They never like directed us. My wife says we were feral. I remember riding skateboards. I got a BB gun and walkie-talkies, and we're using them all like at the same time. And
That's amazing. That's fucking
yeah.
awesome childhood.
I mean, that's what you do back then.
What brought you from Fallbrook to Cardiff?
You get to a certain age in a small town and you're going nuts. Then I got into surfing when I was 14, and that's kind of when that got me out of small town. I was always trying to get to the beach. When I graduated from high school, I ripped out the back seat of my 57 Chevy, and I lived in my car for the summer.
When did you start working at Del Mar Skate Ranch?
Del Mar Skate Ranch was being built, and Tom Inouye lived next door to me. He asked me if I wanted to maybe get a job at the skate park that was being built, and I go, yeah, sure. So I started working there the second day that they opened in 1978, and it just all came about from there.
Why did you start taking photographs?
It was really an accident. I happened to work at the skate park, borrowed my roommate's camera, and he loaded the film for me. I didn't even know how to load film. It was a roll of Kodachrome 64. And so I shot photos of Kyle Jensen, and I got the film back, and they came out.
How did Sonny Miller change your life?
I kept shooting for probably a year and a half or so, and then Sonny Miller took me in the darkroom, and it was that darkroom moment when I printed my first photo. This is probably 81. That darkroom moment was when I just went, wow, this is something I can control, actually.
What is the darkroom process like?
You know, when you go in and you print a photo, it's new every time. Even printing the same thing, like that Swank photo, it's never the same. It's always a little different.
Seems like 40 years ago, you had everything all planned out. That sound about right?
Well, no, at the time, you're just shooting photos and you're documenting your friends, and you're not even documenting. Those guys are my friends. You didn't have plans. You just were shooting and trying to get a good photo. I didn't look at it as history in the future. You know, you thought skating was gonna die.
Let's talk about Del Mar Skate Ranch. Was Del Mar a good skate park?
Compared to parks now, it was a kind of a crappy park. You could go up and knock on certain areas and it was hollow. There was a kink in the pool, like the coping was a problem. Guys from other parks would come here for the contest and they'd just be like, hate this pool. But we loved it.
Why? What made Del Mar so special?
With skating, this is one of the places you had to come. Just everybody came here back in those days, too. Dave Swift and Owen Nieder and Bill Billing, Tony, Lester, Mike McGill, Caballero, Stacy Peralta. You know, this was like a mecca of skateboarding. You know, you had to go to Del Mar.
What made Del Mar special to you?
If it hadn't been for the skate ranch, I don't know if I ever would have been a photographer. I learned the basics of photography here. The first Transworlds pretty much shot here. It was an important place, you know. So, I don't know.
Why did Del Mar close?
I mean, insurance went from, like, I think it was $11,000 a year when it first opened, ended up as $100,000. A group of investors owned it from Newport. You know, all they cared about was the money, and they didn't want to deal with skaters, which I can't blame them. I mean, I dealt with them for years. Skaters will eat their own.
I would like to discuss skateboarding. Can we please discuss skateboarding?
Well, skateboarding, the rest of the world has followed skateboarding. I mean, Madison Avenue, they got a lot out of skateboarding. I've never tried to control skateboarding because it's uncontrollable. It's a monster that it just does what it wants.
How do you feel about fame?
Like, whose fame? My fame?
The concept of fame.
I don't know. I'm not famous, so I don't know. I mean, I'm famous to like 40, 50-year-old skaters, you know? I like fame when you get free beer out of it or free coffee.
How do you feel about golf?
So the skate park was in this building, so the pro shop was right there. Now it's golf.
Have you ever been in there since this building's been there?
I've never been in there since this building's been there.
What makes a good skate photograph?
Well, with skate, it's getting the action right at the right time. A split second too early and it's wrong. Too late and it's wrong. But like something as simple as a finger can change the whole look of the photo. You know, somebody early releasing an air.
Do you shoot subject matter other than skate?
If I shot skating all the time, I'd go crazy, especially when I was shooting for a magazine. It was my art stuff and my walking around photos that I had to do that part of it. You know, I had to do the art part.
Can you take us on a tour of the J. Grant Brittain Photo Archive Library Center Institution?
Yeah, I got so much stuff. And it's all crazy. I mean, everything was organized at one time and then it's gotten just mixed up over the years. I've got like drawer after drawer.
Okay, last question. Have you ever thought of yourself as a historian?
I think mainly I'm a witness. I'm not the skater. And I've always thought that the skater was the most important person, of course, in skateboarding. I'm just the photographer. I had a camera.